So I have a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
I noticed that you keep up bringing up the nuclear family,
Yeah.
right? And like you put that on a pillar and that like
No.
you value it highly.
No, Michelle, you missed the point. No. I'm not saying do away with y'all. I'm not saying do away with y'all. I'm saying what's like, okay, it's gonna sound grimy what I'm about to say. Like I said, I'm talking about if it came down, the birth rate got too low, we was getting too low in numbers, and it came down to women's rights or the continuation of the human race. Yeah, that is where things get a little shaky and where you guys might start seeing more of a Handmaid's Tale reality. If you ever even watched the Handmaid's Tale, is where a bunch of women were enslaved to pretty much have babies for the wealthiest of men. I mean, literally like a baby farm. It was wild. But that in that reality, that was crazy. I think the reality of that story or the storyline in there as well was the birth rate was too low. Yeah, you know what, women, y'all might want to start watching that birth rate. Your rights might depend on it. I'm just playing, but or am I? Mm.
That as well as like the patriarchy, and you talk about how this is like a good thing and it, benefits you and I guess women as well. And so on the patriarchy, I specifically wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the like negative implications and just like actual effects of it, both on men and, well, just mostly men?
The
Exactly.
patriarchy.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, are you talking from the sense of like from a modernity sense of today, or are you talking about like before with
No, literally today.
literally
So,
today?
yeah, and well, I guess we could also visit like you talk about how like the nuclear family and when that was at the height was like I think was it before World War? It was like before and like during like the World Wars, like that kind of 1950s era.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay. So, what's your? I'm just trying to understand your question specifically.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you talk about valuing the nuclear family, and I'm trying to ask you why. So like if you could
Why?
like
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Yeah.
very
So the
clearly
reason
just
why is
explain
because
that.
children are the future, and in order to raise children properly, you need a mom and a dad, right? You need that balance. So, and that can only really be done in a nuclear family. This is why I'm not a fan of gays adopting or lesbians adopting. I think, the child needs to have a strong
Mhm.
father and a mother in the household, for the best chance at being a productive member of society.
I'm telling you, I stand on the same opinion. I'm not saying that we should just. I'm not saying that we should just ban them from it, but I am uncomfortable with it. I will state my uncomfortability with it.
That's why the nuclear family is so important because our future is built on that, which are the children.
Okay. You gotta stop with the bazinga. And then going to then the patriarchy.
The patriarchy, okay?
Yeah.
What about it?
So you're talking about how like you value it and you find it good that men are then forced to go out and do these things. So you're talking about kind of like the men's rights issues, right?
Yes, I think men, there's a burden of performance on us. And I think that that's something to embrace and rise to versus trying to be equal to women.